Good morning, HCG peeps. It's your girl MJ checking in for round 3 VLCD64. And today I weighed in at 138.6. Yesterday I weighed in at 139.6 because the day before that I weighed in at 139. So yesterday I gained 0.6. That's to be expected the day after my walk. And then today I dropped a whole pound. So anyway, the reason I'm holding this here on my iPad is because I want to give you a body shot. Actually, not you, myself, for documentation. So I thought Mr. Freckles 0407, that was such an incredible idea. So I'm definitely going to utilize that. All right? Don't laugh at the fact, but here it is. All right, so I'm sorry I'm flashing you. I typically don't. As you guys probably know, I dress very conservative, but right now it is 71 degrees here where I live. And this is the happening. This is the happening. I'm wearing shorts, tank top, yep. And then as I'm gonna move you over to the dresser so I can see you, and then I'm gonna put on my sweater because I never. Here, I want you to see it. I dress in layers. That's who I am. I'm not one of those people who you know, in my profession, I have to dress in layers. And I have to be fairly conservative because I teach a bunch of teenagers whose hormones are just ridiculous. So I got to make sure that when I'm in the middle of class teaching that nothing's hanging out, and if something, you know, I have to like cover. So, yep, this is the outfit for today. I know it's over. Maybe I should change the sweater, but I like the sweater, so I'm gonna keep it. Yeah, yep. Boyfriend shorts happening. Roxy tank top, and I think this is Old Navy, and 10, medium, and medium. All right, moving you over. So, yeah, so that's what's happening. For some of my ladies who I chatted with, you know that I'm still unsure about whether or not I'm continuing, but I think I have one more injection left, and I'm thinking maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I don't know. I'm going to decide tomorrow when I wake up. Thus far, commitment level-wise, I'm probably like at 8 or 9, so I'm, you know, I feel good, I'm happy, I'm doing everything that I want to do. The only thing is, it's annoying me that I can't really run. And when I go to the gym, now that I'm back on, you know, working out again, I love to run. Like, that's sort of my thing. And I have to really watch it when I'm on protocol because I tend to gain from it. Not that I'm a slave to the scale, but certainly, you know, while I'm doing the protocol, I want to be able to give it sort of what it deserves, which is commitment and, you know, really doing the protocol so that you don't, so you get the benefit, you know. With that said, you guys know that I generally do a combination of both Simeon's and Lippmann's protocol because in his book, he doesn't have a lot of restrictions on veggies, and I've found for myself, I do really well with all veggies. I mean, there isn't really anything that would make me gain. And I get in my protein shake after my workout. So yeah, I've been sort of doing my own protocol, and thus far it's working. I knew on the onset of this protocol that I would listen to myself, that I would every step of the way honor sort of my intention of figuring out why I am so dysfunctional when it comes to food and emotional eating. That was my intention going in. Because that was my intention going in, it was so, I wouldn't say easy, but definitely it stopped becoming about food. You know, it really totally became about my relationship with food and how do I treat food in my life, you know, and And I think I knew myself well enough to know that my head gets a little crazy. Like, I get a little crazy whenever there's something to obsess about, you know, like the scale or counting calories or all of that. I mean, I started doing that in the beginning, but I definitely knew what to watch out for. And I remember when Fitness Pals started getting really crazy for me, I was like, okay, you've got to stop quantifying. And then I would literally cut back because I do have that tendency. And to each his own. Like, I will never tell you that what I'm doing works and you should follow me. I would never say that because I really don't believe in that. I believe that to each his own, and I think we're all doing the best that we can. And, you know, someone's journey is completely different from my journey. That's not to say it's better or worse. It's just different, you know. And but I think part of being in this community and the amazing people in this community is we do get support, and people really do respect the different choices that we make. And oftentimes when, I know for me, I've had to remind myself of that, you know, like oftentimes when people are annoyed with a choice that we've made, 9 times out of 10, it really is their own sort of hang up that's in the way of that, you know. And I've had to learn to put that in its proper place and not take it for more than what it is, which is perhaps their own insecurity, their own, you know, inability to process, their fear, whatever, you know. But you know, and I'm speaking more just like to myself and to the newbies out there, because I think the people who have followed me this whole round, they kind of know how I operate, and they know that I don't come from a place of ugliness and meanness. I don't believe in that, because I believe so highly in karma, that what you put out into the universe, you get more, not as a punishment, but as a way of really getting you to understand that we are all alike, that there's just one of us, you know, where we come in different packaging, but we have same struggles, you know, and some of us are here to lose 10 pounds, 20 pounds, and some of us are here to lose 100 pounds. Some of us are here to get really skinny and pretty, and some of us are here to, you know, like myself, I really am here to figure out the struggles I have with food and eating, and emotional eating in particular. And what I've learned from this whole just like 64-day process is that in our life, anything can be like a doorway. Anything can be a doorway to the other side, you know. And for us, for me, again, I'm only speaking for myself. For me, the doorway, especially this year and for the past however many years, has been my struggle with weight. So because of that, I literally have to be mindful of who I am and what I typically do, and how do I help myself sort of make this process as effortless as possible, you know. And for the newbies out there, you know, I will tell you, like, I have what I call Motivation Monday, where I literally would watch like vlogs I put out from the very beginning of my journey with HCG, and I would put pictures side by side with who I am now and what I'm doing and what's going on with me headspace, so that I can be reminded of how much that girl was suffering, and that how I don't want to live there anymore. You know, like for me, that's just, it's sort of this, you know, in science, they have what they call pull and push motivation. I think the push is what you don't want. You know, the pull is what you do want. And what they found is you have to have a mixture of both. It can't just be, I want to look skinny and not worry about where you came from, you know? And it can't be what, I hate that, therefore I don't want that, because again, it's sort of that, you know, law of attraction. What you choose to focus on, you get more of. So if you focus on the food that you can't have, then you're going to want more of that food. But if you focus on the feeling of health and well-being and how, you know, I'm speaking more to myself. If you are offended, you can turn me off. But like for me, I haven't felt like I'm on a diet. I really haven't. I realize I am. I'm on protocol. I'm doing Lipman. There's only certain things I could do and certain foods I can eat. I get all that. But heading into this protocol, heading into this time around, I knew that there's no way I could do this effectively if I sat there eating my salad, hating life every single bite, you know? And so I have modified a lot of the food that I love to eat and made it very P2 friendly. And I know that once I'm done with P2, all I have to really do is now I could add, you know, fat. I could have avocados. I could have heavy whipping cream with my coffee. But for the most part, I eat how I normally would eat. You know, and there's certain foods I know you can't duplicate, therefore I'm not even going to try. So yeah, I haven't felt sort of this like big urge to cheat. And I think part of the reason is because I have made my food very like pleasurable for me. I've made it very tempting. You know, I don't go into a meal like dreading the food I have to eat. I go into a meal and like I'm looking forward to it. Like right now it's 10:30 and I got in my workout at like 6 this morning. I've been up since like 3 something. So I'm hungry and my body's saying I'm hungry. In my mind I'm going, okay, it's 10:30. You can't eat yet, but I'm hungry. So I'm going to listen to my body. I'm going to eat my asparagus, chicken stir fry. And I did put like, stir fry sauce, and then I put a little bit of coconut oil. I'm looking forward to that meal. So again, for me, I'm so incredibly amazed at the things we get to know about ourselves when we're really willing to sort of like stop the static, you know, like stop the static. Like, yes, it's all good. Like everything begins and ends with you. But what I found for me is people's ideas and thoughts and